think I'm very thankful to this AGC team, Professor Pierre, Professor Soiter, and Professor Han, and all the teams for letting me here. And this is my first AGC summer school. And I think this morning 1 or 2 disasters happened for me, according to me. So I thought that I would be in that dash, so I would just wear a half shirt and throw the jeans. But unfortunately, due to this cable, I have to come here. The first one. So let me start the Nepal Earthquake 2015. So I think everybody is aware of what happened in 2015 of March, I think. And at this time, when the earthquake happened, I was in Kenya, by the way, unfortunately, and that was a more pain than being in the earthquake area by itself. So you cannot make a contact to your family and everything. So before going on detail, I will be very short presenting on my office, like ISIMO. ISIMO works for 8 different organizations from Afghanistan to Myanmar, so they are all the flags. And it has the highest collection of the snows beside the poles. So the status said that it has 760 square kilometers of snow. So sometimes it is also referred as a third pole. And we also have 10 big river basins. So these are the big towers for the fresh water, on which the billion of people rely on their livelihoods, like for agriculture, drinking purpose, hydropower, and so on. So I work on this area, so I will not focus on more of these. So I will, before going to the Nepal earthquake, so I'll give you a brief account on how the Nepal looked like. So Nepal is a very mountainous country. So you can see the layers and layers of the mountains. Layers and layers of the mountains. So the accessibility is quite difficult. And by the way, I have only the pictures on my presentation. So those who miss it, they will miss the wonderful pictures. So these are the landscapes, what we have it. So very difficult access and a rest area. Of course, the river, what we consider is of this much gorge. So there are a lot of big mountains and these rivers which flow in a very high velocity. And of course, these are agricultural areas in a very slope area. So life here is a bit difficult. And everybody knows about Everest. I won't talk about it, but when you talk about Everest, then you miss these all 8 mountains. Like Nepal has the 8 highest peaks, which is more than 8,000 meters, and everybody knows the Everest, but they don't know these ones. These are also the world's 3rd, 4th, and 5th highest peaks are there. So second is the K2 in Pakistan. I don't know if you move faster. The Kanchenjunga is as 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th, and there are more. So these are the fresh water towers what we have. Rigid plains. And of course, once I was talking on one of the Tibets that one of the couple of the Taiwanese missed for a month, like 47 days, and the girlfriend of that person died. They only survived in the ice. So putting this slide here is I'm trying to give you an idea that how much remoteness these mountains are. So it is sometimes if you are lost, then you cannot be detected so easily. So same thing goes on the earthquake thing. If something happens, then finding the people who are affected is also equally difficult. So these are some of the photos of Kathmandu, and Kathmandu is a very rich in the natural heritage, and 8 UNESCO heritage site I think lies in the Kathmandu itself, and with this earthquake, most of these things were badly damaged. So now, after the brief background, I will come to my main topic. This is a Nepal earthquake, which hit Nepal in 7.8 magnitude, and the depth of the epicenter was 15 kilometers. That makes the thing much worse, because if they have a big magnitude also, and if it comes from hundreds of meters down, then effect is much lesser than if the epicenter is picked up in the area. So this was the first earthquake which takes a life of, I don't know how to talk it out. Coming in
kun koblingsrestoration til tom.
I take out and put it again.
Ja,
I don't have option for other. That's why I come here. That was my first semester.
You have to manage. Oh.
Yeah, it's coming in. Yeah. No?
I think there's something incomplete.
Is moving something.
Yes.
I still have a demo thing on the portal. Yes.
Yes. Probably has to stay a little bit away from the.
Don't touch anything.
Open one. It should be there.
Try not to breathe too much.
Yeah.
Stay away a little bit.
Animation so we can see the.
Oh.
Being done. I think so.
Probably the remote control would be better to use.
Should I push your doctor or if the
No, no, no.
split screen to have two screens or something like that?
Remote control.
Yes.
Yeah.
That would be better. It doesn't touch it.
Yeah.
No, I can do this. Split screen.
That's what disaster preparedness.
Now in the emergency.
No, I can. We can hold this up.
On the first day, we had to drink water up until the fair, just to complete power break. He was just standing there in the dark, going on. It's okay. Without slides, but come on.
Yeah. Back to basic.
It works as well.
Yeah. Fine, then I will look at this.
Okay.
So this
Yeah.
is
Stay away.
session
That's
here.
good.
So we have a loss of life about 9,000 people, and the casualty is 20,000 plus. So these are all the government statistics. And so I will bit fast. So this is the area of epicenters, and these all blue ones are places they have put. So a lot of damage has been done there. So this is damage on the natural heritage site. This is a photo of the Kathmandu Valley. So there used to be a lot of monuments which I showed in the previous picture, which got damaged. But the good part to see on this earthquake is that a lot of the youth came together to help totally voluntarily, and that made a lot of difference in cleaning the debris and taking out the victims from the debris and things. So this is one picture we took from Al Jazeera News. So earthquake is not a new thing for Kathmandu, or let's say for Nepal. We are having an earthquake in a gap of every 80 to 100 years. So my grandfather faced a big one, I faced one, and maybe my grandchild will face one, because we are having in a regular interval of 80 to 100 years the big ones. So the Okay. So this is the biggest one which my grandfather faced was in 1934, which is of 8.0. But the record shows that there has been an earthquake long time back also. And this 7.891 one was the thing which happened, the main earthquake, and the 7.3 was an aftershock which was equally big as the previous one. So when the this is why the earthquake is happening there. So we have two plates, like a Euro-Asiatic plate, that's also called a Chinese plates, and this is it. So I don't know how to put this one.
Oh.
freezing.
How is the earthquake
Now it's the pointer.
Yes, coming back. So this is a
This one.
Indian.
This one.
Oh, I thought of that. So this is Indian plate which is going inside the Eurasian plate, and this is all mountain regions. So they are young mountains which are growing every year by a few millimeters, and the problem lies on this area. So when the shift happens, then there is a shock and there is a big movement on this part. So I'm not that much geology, so I cannot explain more detail than this one. So this is what happens when there is a big disaster in every world. There are a lot of organizations which comes up, they organize their own data sets and they try to explore it and put on the web mapping servers. But this made our government a bit unhappy because the official source should be the government, not the other organization, the voluntary organizations which are publishing their data on their own basis. So the government, so these are organized which comes when the disaster occurs. So we had an agreement with the government that we will provide one window service for this all informations. The government will provide field work and data, and we will use geospatial tools to better reflect the things from our portal. And the thing is that the platform should be very simple, which can be used by every people. And plus, we also have to use a GIS as being a geospatial unit. So these are things we are involved in. First three, we are quite good at it, but at the time of reconstruction, then government just acted alone. So we have no part on this reconstruction phase. So this is a portal what we got. Now it's not. So at time of response, so we have a good number of volunteers. This is my organization. So we got a good number of volunteers who are processing the raw data provided by the various sources. And also we also have a high level of visits by the government levels to see these portals and how the information is being disseminated. And we did this portal within the time span of 2 months, and this portal has the shortest life. Maximum was for 8 months. Then after that, nobody take interest on the dates and these things. No? Then the new issue comes there. So this is one of the UAV pictures taken on the Saku area where hardest hit inside the Kathmandu Valley. So since it was inside the Kathmandu Valley, we could take the UAV and we can take the pictures. But in the remote places, we were not able to do it. And this at the time our software wasn't that much powerful. Then some of the volunteers did the manual digitization from their pictures. This was done manually. So after this thing, we came up with this dashboard, which I will give a demo if this laptop allows me to touch it. So at this part, we have the two portion of the portal. At the first, it gives damage and relief from the country level, district level, and municipality and city level. They are ranking of our what do you call it? The boundaries, like country, the whole country, district, municipality, and VDC. But we were not able to have a good data on the VDC level and municipality level. There were a lot of data gaps, but we did manage to have a very good data demonstration or data collection on these two parts. Besides these two parts, we also came wide, so we also see how much damage on the health sector, education sector, and so on. And for this, SRE helped us a lot. So they gave us, not only us, for the whole Nepalese GIS society, a 6-month free license for every GIS software with the full capacity. So that was a good support for SRE. So, yeah. And of course, this website which we developed was quite endorsed by the government of Nepal. So that makes us very happy that, of course, whatever happens, the government source is the official source. And we are one of the involving members to give that official sources. So this one, I want to give a demo of this one. So maybe if it allows me to touch it, then I will show you more on the demonstration. And of course, we also have sliding windows, see the past and the after disaster and before disaster events. And these also we did some of the field work for the potential and happening landslide areas. So these are the landslide area caused by the earthquake, and these are potential cracks, like when the land shake, then how much crack this made. So when this April happens, then we have a monsoon at June, July. So these cracks are also the risky areas. Maybe the heavy rain can bring the whole thing back. And I have shown the pictures that our rivers are something like that. So if the whole thing falls back, it will block the river, and then the next disaster will occur later. So we also map the potential for the real location areas if the disaster happens. So how to shift the people. So this is one of the testing platform which we developed. This is called a new journal. This is available in ArcGIS online, but I checked from my room. Unfortunately, this cannot be accessed from Tehran. This uses Arc map, so I can connect to my remote desktop, and I will just show you a glimpse of it because it makes things a bit slower to connect. And after, okay, so this I can give you a demo of this, and we also plan some rehabilitation houses. We designed something, but I think later on this didn't materialize. Maybe government, I said before, government took us apart from the reconstruction site. So these are our planned households, which didn't work. So besides the earthquake apps, Smart Portal has lots and lots of science application, which is using ArcGIS server. So there are a lot of topics. So you can browse up this one. And of course, our database, if you want to download, is all free. We have a data sharing policy which says that whatever data generated by this mode should come in a public platform within 1 year, and 1 year time is given to do your publications and whatever. So after that, it should come in a public domain. So all the database which has existed the 1 year time period, you can download it, and if the Professor Bear give me the permission, then I can also show that website also. So for doing this very work, we got a SRI award too. So I said we are very good link with SRI. And in 2016, one of our director from our SC mode, they got the SRI award, and these are the portals what we developed. So it was quite highlighted in SRI user conference. So let me touch my laptop now, because without touching I cannot do a demo. Okay. So till the PowerPoint, if you have any questions, or I finished everything and I did.
Yes, continue with your short presentation.
So I think I could drag this. I think touching will give me I don't know. Maybe I can use some of the laptops now for a demo. I don't need. No, now I need to, I go online only, so I can. Sorry, yeah.
No, it must be your
is our main geo portal, on which I have shown we have a lot of applications here, but my main focus will be on this one, the earthquake ones. Suppose if you have time and if you want to, then you can also browse a lot of applications here. There is a forest fire applications, blast burst, and these kind of things are there. So let me focus on my earthquake first. And if I go here, then I go to India. So this is a dashboard which we have made in a very short time. Because this disaster information, if your information is provided late, then it doesn't have any meaning. So this was done within 1.5 months. And of course, we started everything from the ground. We don't have the thing, neither we had a data. And data were also coming in different size and format because data is being collected by the volunteers. And at a time of hurry, we didn't have any standards to follow. So our volunteers were collecting the data, formatting it, and of course then we are processing on the server. So this loading. Why is that loading?
I think internet is below. I see it.
This is down.
Is it? I see a yellow thing. Yeah, yellow sign is there. I think you have to log in.
I think you need to log in once more to the net.
Maybe you have to log in once
there
again.
one?
Maybe it's
Yeah, yeah, try to.
Is that one? That is from the our own office. We will do something different.
on a browser type 192. That maybe you have.
دکتر برای کمپس واسه به
Type
تهران
192, maybe that link is already, yeah.
Yeah.
Enter.
Server.
Ah, okay, sorry. It's different. 192.168.
Yes. Perhaps we have one or maximum 2 questions, or perhaps we postpone the demonstration.
Campus VP, no?
Any questions at the moment?
Yeah.
You show a slide that is with houses and they were in red and
You mean the digitized from the UAV?
and you say that they have to do with the structural damage? Did I
I'm
understand?
confused. I showed 2 pictures of the houses. One is damaged houses within the epicenter area,
Yes.
and one houses I showed from the UAV. We take the pictures and we did a digitization. So which?
The first one.
In the first one, yeah, that is just a picture only. It doesn't have anything. When the houses got destroyed, they got temporary centers. Then I was just showing you that centers. And if you're
And first question, how did they analyze every structure? There was an inspection group or?
there was a government level inspection group.
And they knew about
They have employed more than 200 plus people to go to these affected areas to do a survey.
So
and
they were prepared to do such a job?
No. At first they were not prepared to do such a job, but they were qualified people, but not prepared for such a job.
Is there any contingency plan in Nepal? Any contingency plan for earthquake in Nepal?
There was one
It is already planned that in which places those temporary shelter will be after earthquake.
Yeah, we have also identified the free open area spaces. We have also identified the possible landing area for the helicopters and these things. Actually, I couldn't show that also, but I don't know. I wasn't sure about it. Yeah.
Have you worked with Kathmandu lab?
We collected some data from Kathmandu lab. They are the open people, I think.
And how do you find the coordination regarding GIS during this disaster?
Yeah, that was good, but we have some problem with the, you are talking about crowdsourcing, no? Because they collect data from the cloud source. But there are possibility that there will be multiple reporting of the same disasters. So that's why I said the government was a bit unhappy with the people what they are doing, because in the cloud sourcing there is, at the current time there is not a fixed thing where to validate it. Like if the few people die, then few people can report from the same thing, and which does a multiplication of the single disaster. So we did get the data from them, but also our main authority data was the government. Where they employed and sent a lot of the people on the actual ground to collect data.